John and Ken Show. John Cobell and Ken Shampoo.
All right, well, we have to give out a warning. It's not a graphic warning. It's an irritation warning. And if you have pets, be careful because the pitches reached by Loretta Sanchez could disturb animals.
Yeah, I would think dogs would be vulnerable to some kind of an attack.
Keep this in mind. This is an elected United States Congresswoman that you're hearing speak.
Yeah, and who elects her?
The context...
Why would you do this?
Here's
a good question.
Is redistricting going to change anything? Or?
I don't know. I don't understand. After you hear one of these clips of her, why would you vote for her for anything? There's got to be someone else on the ballot from any party that would be better than this. I really, this is like, of all the things that baffle me about politics, this is near the top. Why would you vote for Loretta Sanchez after you listen to something like this? She's at the High Speed Rail Association wing-ding in San Francisco where they all lubricated each other for 3 days.
So she made another speech about her support for a high-speed rail. Let's hear a segment.
People always ask me, well, what about high-speed rail? And my answer to them is the time is now. We have, many of us, been to many places around the world. Not just because we wanted to take a look at high-speed rail, because it is a way to get around in so many countries these days. And I have to tell you that when we look at the fact that Iraq is planning and building a high-speed rail between Baghdad and Basra, why would we not build something up and down the length of California?
Stop a second.
Now, that's a direct comparison. I was thinking the same thing. If they're going to build a high-speed rail from Baghdad to Basra, why not?
Well, then we should spend $270 billion.
I wonder what they're spending.
Is that our money? Are we building it?
Construction has to be cheaper in Iraq.
Are we still building anything in Iraq? I know the troops are mostly out, but...
Well, she dug up a good one. I don't even know if that's true. I imagine it's true.
Well, who cares if it's true? What does it matter? We don't need it. We have planes, but roll on.
When you put people on this train that will be built, it will do several things. It will open up capacity in our air flight. There's no more room in the air.
No?
I mean, we are having discussions about what lanes there really are, who really controls that, what we can do.
Every time you breathe, there's a plane in your nose.
And as someone who 30 years learned to fly out of the #1 general aviation airport in our nation, Orange County, I will tell you, it is congested up there, it is difficult up there, and it costs a lot of money to put things up in the air and move them around. And we just don't have that per capita dollar anymore.
Stop. What do you mean?
Put things up in the air and move them around.
But we've had a system.
Who else would talk about air travel that way?
We have a system that's worked great. Other than the morons at the TSA fouling up the experience, actually getting on a plane and going a far distance very quickly, relatively cheaply, is about as good as it gets. I can't think of any way to improve plane travel other than, disbanding the TSA. Just in terms of efficiency. I know, the food is bad and the seats are tight and they treat you badly, but let's look at the technology here. It goes so fast and it's so cheap. There's nothing about trains that exceeds the efficiency of planes. Nothing.
All right, play some more.
There are these highways. I mean, yesterday I was stuck on the 405 because there was just construction going on. Just construction. And I managed to do what would normally take 35 minutes to get to Orange County. Took me 2 hours and 12 minutes. And, of course, I missed receiving my award at the dinner.
Bubblehead
because the dinner was over by the time I got there.
What award? Who's giving her an award? Who's encouraging her?
Yeah, we need to find that out.
With prizes. How could she get an award? For what?
Most astonishing elected official?
And how would high-speed rail ease a 2-hour ride on the 405 in Orange County?
Yeah, I don't get it.
There's no high-speed rail coming anywhere near the 405.
I think she makes a joke about that coming up.
I think I found the award.
What?
Water Visionary Award.
Wow.
Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez has been presented with the Orange County Water District and the Orange County Sanitation District's first Water Visionary Award.
Good.
She's
for
a
the garbage
water
people.
Water visionary?
I missed receiving my award at the
man.
dinner.
We're in the
Because the
alternate
dinner was
universe, and we
over.
can't get out.
No, it's bizarre. All right, continue.
So this happens over
And
and over
over
and
over.
over again for those metropolitan areas where people are trying to move. So when we get people onto this train,
Who's
Yes.
listening?
we will loosen up capacity. Well, people say, well, you don't take a high-speed train from one end of Los Angeles to the other to go to work. No, you don't.
Oh, this is good.
But what happens is we estimate there's about 13% of the people in cars that are actually tourist-type people. Those are tourist-driven trips, generated trips. And when we get those
That's
people
not true.
onto the backbone of the high-speed rail, the
backbone.
connecting
See, there isn't gonna be high-speed
BART and Metro, and well, in Orange County it would probably be a taxi, quite frankly. We get them off of the street and we open up capacity. So I'm
Wait, hold on.
absolutely.
Hold
You
on a
notice there
second.
isn't a sound from anybody in the audience about any of this?
They've all killed themselves.
Never mind.
Everyone's hanging by a rope.
They all drank the Kool-Aid and just passed out.
What the heck? What's she
No,
talking
wait.
about? 13% of the traffic is not tourist traffic?
They decided a long time ago, after people voted for this stupid brown doggle, that they cannot build high-speed rail in high-congested parts of California, which includes L.A. So there's not going to be tourists getting on high-speed rail trains to go from one end of Los Angeles to the other. That's not going to happen.
No, they're not. You're not going to get tourists are going to come and they're going to
Not even the county. From what we understand, you're going to be able to pick up high-speed rail like Lancaster, the edge of the county,
No.
to take it to Bakersfield or somewhere north.
all the tourists are going to fly here and they're going to drive because they're going to be on their own schedule and they want to be able to leave Disneyland whenever they want or leave the San Diego parks whenever they want. And whenever the kids get tired, whenever they feel like they have to go back to the hotel, whenever they want to move on to the next stop on the trip, they're going to do that on their. They're not going to be checking the trains. They're not going to haul, a family of 6 onto a low-speed train that's running from Bakersfield to Fresno, or whatever cockamamie route there.
She's out of her mind.
She is out of her mind.
She doesn't even know what the plan is.
She's an insane person.
All right, you got a little bit left?
So I'm
Oh, here it is.
absolutely
A cheerleader.
and completely a cheerleader for this project.
My favorite.
And I don't say that because I don't know what the numbers look
Can't
like.
you see her in the outfit with
I
the
know what
pom-poms?
the numbers look like, and I
High-speed
know how
rail,
difficult
high-speed
it
rail.
is to build these projects.
Boo, go rail.
It is very, very difficult
Very, very.
to have the vision to do so. These projects are never, ever easy, but there are a lot of cities along the way who are thrilled to get this project underway, and Anaheim is one of those.
This is a person that knows nothing. But she's been elected. Her staff gives her speaking points, tells her these are the issues you should be on this side on. So, and then they give her like dopey, simple speeches with this, where she repeats words like never, ever,
She's like a 12-year-old
and
girl.
over and over and over.
She's
Yeah,
in a public speaking class. She's 12 years old, and she's trying to show off.
It's almost too easy to pick on this woman. All right, when we come back, we'll give you an update on a story we've covered on and off for years now. These legal shakedown lawsuits against small businesses over the Americans with Disabilities Act violations. Do we have a piece of legislation in Sacramento that could help? Maybe.